In this video, we are going to discuss about the velocity diagram and acceleration diagram using GeoGebra. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you how to construct it, okay, but I'm going to give you some hints so that you will be able to construct on your own. Okay, so this is our 4-bar linkage. Okay, so this is our 4-bar linkage, and here we have the theta that will be our input variable, and when we change the input variable we will get different configuration. Okay, now this green one, that's our velocity diagram. Okay, and this red one is the acceleration diagram. Okay, I have constructed using GeoGebra, and for this week's assignment you have to construct a similar one. Okay, now so say we have constructed this configuration diagram, and now in order to construct a velocity diagram, by constructing a velocity diagram we will get to know the velocity of this point A and velocity of this point C. Okay, first just with the configuration diagram and that detail we cannot construct. In addition to that, we require an angular acceleration of any of the link, right? So here we have assumed the acceleration of this link 2, okay, is equal to 1 radian per second. Okay, so here I have mentioned it as omega, but it is also known as omega 2. Okay, because it's referring the omega of link 2. Now if this is omega 2, then from that I can calculate the velocity of this point A. Okay, so the velocity of point A is omega into this length, right, the link 2. So that's how I have calculated this VA, which is equal to L2, the link length, into omega. Okay, so that's the magnitude. What about the direction? The direction is perpendicular to this line. Okay, the direction is perpendicular to this line, which means it has two options. One is in this direction, other one is in this direction, but we always choose this direction. That will be the right hand screw rule. So I have chosen minus sine theta pi by 180 and cos theta pi by 180, or in other words, you could also use whatever you have mentioned here to represent this line. In addition to that, you just add theta plus 90 if you do that, and here also theta plus 90. If you do that, you will also get the same direction. Okay, where am I? Yeah, so with that I have identified the velocity vector. So this point represents the velocity of the stationary link, okay, or fixed link. So which means it represents the velocity, this origin represents the velocity of O2 as well as O4. Okay, and this point represents velocity of point A. Okay, so I have created the line segment to connect this point and this point. Okay, now I need to identify the velocity of point C. So to identify the velocity of point C, I do not know omega 3. Okay, once I know omega 3, then I'll be able to calculate, but I do not know. But one thing I know, that the velocity VC is going to be perpendicular to this link when I observe from this point. Okay, so what am I going to do? I am going to draw a line perpendicular to this line which pass through this point. Okay, so so somewhere I have drawn that perpendicular line. Yeah, I think this is, yeah, so this is the line, a perpendicular line to this line segment which pass through this particular point. Okay, so let me hide that. And that's one line. Another line is again I am looking the point C, but from O4. Okay, here the velocity of O4 is this point. Okay, so from here if I observe that point, I will observe that the velocity of that point is in this direction, perpendicular to this line. Okay, so now what am I going to do? I am going to draw a line perpendicular to this line segment, which is this one. Okay, see, which passes through this line, intersects this line as well, and it has 90 degree. Okay, and which passes through this point, the zero velocity point. Okay, and when this line and this line intersects, when this line and this line intersects, that's the point which is VC, the velocity of point C. So that's how I have constructed the velocity diagram. Now let's see how to construct the acceleration diagram. So for the acceleration, I require an additional information, which is angular acceleration. Okay, so here I have assumed the angular acceleration is 0. Okay, here I have assumed the angular acceleration is 0, and therefore if I consider the acceleration of this point A, I will have two terms. Okay, one term is the normal component, another term is the tangential component. Okay, so the normal component is always there, irrespective of whether I have the angular acceleration is there or not, right? So now the magnitude of the angular component is omega square into L2. Okay, so when I observe from this point, if I see this point, okay, the acceleration, the normal acceleration, the normal component of the acceleration, the magnitude will be omega 2 square into the link length L2, and the direction will be from A to O2. Okay, from A to O2. Okay, so therefore I have written cos theta pi by 180 and sin theta pi by 180, which is the direction from O2 to A, but I have put a negative sign to make the direction opposite. Okay, and as a result I have got this particular point. Okay, that particular point represents the normal component, but there is no tangential component. Okay, so let's say if there is a tangential component, which means if there is if alpha is not equal to 0, then let me change the alpha value maybe to 0.5. Okay, so now this is the normal component. Okay, and this line segment, this dashed line, that's the tangential component. So how to calculate the tangential component? The tangential component is alpha into L2. That's the magnitude of the tangential component, and the direction will be perpendicular to this line and in this direction, not in this direction. Okay, so therefore I have put this minus sin theta pi by 2 comma cos theta pi by 2. Okay, and I have to draw this perpendicular line, okay, this line segment from AN. Therefore I have added AN, AAN. Okay, so if I make this one the alpha 0, then this AA and AAN will coincide. You can see that. See? Okay, now for the for simplicity we will say that alpha is equal to 0. Okay, and remember, when I change the alpha value, there is no change in velocity diagram and configuration. See, only acceleration diagram is changing. Okay, fine. So now I have identified AA. Now I need to identify the acceleration of point C. Okay, so to calculate the acceleration of point C, I know the normal component when I observe the point C from point A. The normal component is the magnitude of the normal component is omega 3, the omega of this link, okay, into link 3. Okay, so but I do not know omega 3, I only know omega 2. Okay, so the omega 3 has to be calculated from the velocity diagram. Okay, so from the velocity diagram, omega 3 can be calculated by measuring the relative velocity between point C and point A, which represents this distance. Okay, this distance divided by this length, that will provide me omega 3. Okay, so that's what I have done here. Okay, and then I have drawn a circle. Okay, no, I don't have to draw a circle. Because it's going to be in this direction. Okay, it's going to be in this direction. So okay, anyway, I mean, what you could do is you could directly draw a line, no need of this circle. Okay, so I think I have drawn this circle and okay, so I have done something like that because I do not know. So this line is a line parallel to this line, okay, to represent the direction of this component, and this circle to represent the magnitude of that component when this circle and this line intersect, which is at this point. Okay, so I choose that point. Why I have chosen this point? Because it goes from C to A. Okay, therefore I have chosen this point. Okay, but that's not the only way to identify this point. Okay, so once I know the normal component of AC, the acceleration AC, CA, okay, I have to identify the tangential component. And now I do not know the tangential component, but what do I know? I know that the tangential component will be perpendicular to this line, right? So I am drawing a perpendicular line, okay, which pass through this point. Okay, so that's my perpendicular line. Now once again I am observing the point C from the link 1 or from the point 04, and once again the point C will have two components, one normal component which will be along this direction, and tangential component which will be perpendicular to this direction. The normal component I can easily identify, okay, but what I need is I need omega 4. Okay, so to calculate omega 4 I have to choose this velocity. Okay, so from 0 to Vc, so that's what I have done. Okay, I have calculated the omega c, okay, and from omega c I have calculated the normal component. Okay, so see this point, this normal component I have calculated. Okay, so here I have measured alpha, that's the appropriate way. Okay, so instead of putting a circle and a line perpendicular to this, this is a more appropriate way to construct the normal component. Okay, fine, let me hide these. Okay, so now I know the normal component. Now the tangential component, I do not know the magnitude of tangential component because I do not know the angular acceleration. Okay, so what am I going to do? I am going to draw a line perpendicular to this one. Okay, so I already draw a line perpendicular to this link from this point. Okay, now I am going to draw a perpendicular line perpendicular to this link from this point. Okay, so that will be this particular line, and when this line and this line intersects, that is the point where the total acceleration of point C is going to be. Okay, this red line. Okay, let me hide these perpendicular lines. So from this point to this point, that distance represents the total acceleration. Okay, and this represents the normal acceleration, and this represents the tangential acceleration. At this moment, if you want to measure what is the angular acceleration of any of the links, say for example the link, so this link, okay, then what do you have to do? You have to take this component. Okay, you have to take this component, the tangential component, and you have to measure the angular acceleration of link 4. Okay, and similarly to calculate the angular acceleration of link 3, this is our tangential component, sorry, link 3. Okay, this is our tangential component, and this tangential component divided by link 3 will provide us the angular acceleration. Okay, the angular acceleration of link 3. So this length divided by this length provide me alpha 3, the angular acceleration of link 3, and this length divided by this length will provide me the angular acceleration of link 4. Okay, so that's how you need to construct the velocity diagram and acceleration diagram for link for 4-bar mechanism. And if you see here, if I change my theta, okay, you will see all the velocity and acceleration components are changing. Okay, and remember when these two things are going 90 degree, where is it? Yeah. See. And when somewhere at a point this A and C coincides, and we could observe many how components are changing, and with respect to the configuration, how the velocity diagram and the accelerations are changing. Okay, you could also change the omega value. Where is the omega value? Okay, maybe you could change the omega value. Okay, and also you could put omega negative value. Okay, which means it's rotating in the opposite direction. At that time it's going, sorry, this is going in the opposite direction. Okay, so you could do, so once you construct such a diagram, you could do all the analysis, velocity and acceleration analysis. And similarly you could do the same for the 4-bar, sorry, not 4-bar mechanism, it's a slider crank mechanism. Okay, so you could do the same for slider crank mechanism, and this is the velocity diagram, and this is the acceleration diagram. And I think in the acceleration diagram I have chosen alpha 2 to 0. Okay, and if I change alpha 2 to something else, then I will get some other value. Okay, maybe once you construct, you will you can play with these things and you can understand the behavior in a better manner. Okay, so I hope you understand how to construct velocity diagram and acceleration diagram along beside the configuration diagram using GeoGebra. Thank you.